Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid as the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to be a millionaire in 10 years whilst earning only minimum wage. And in this video I'm going to explain to you all about the poor rich. First of all, I give my definition of what rich and wealthy and what the difference between the two is. My definition of rich is that you have a great job which pays you a great income. Wealthy is having an income independent of your job, so whether you went to work or not, you still have a good income. That's what I define as being wealthy. Now, it is possible to be both rich and poor at the same time. So you may be rich in as much that you've got a great job. Examples would be lawyers, doctors, engineers, that sort of thing. So you've got a great income coming in, let's say it's £100,000. But if you've got £100,000 coming in, I think that's a fair definition of being rich. But if you spend that £100,000, then you're a schmuck. And what's more, you're a broke schmuck. Another example could be professional footballers. The PFA, the Professional Footballers Association, says that 3 out of 5 footballers who've made more than £30,000 a week whilst in the professional game go bust when they leave the game. And that's because whilst they are rich, whilst they have a great income, they're also good spenders. And also a lot of them get divorced, so they lose 50% of it once they leave the profession. Funny how they become less attractive when the money stops. If you make £30,000 and you spend only half of it, then I will argue you will get wealthy quicker than somebody who's earning £100,000 and blowing it all just in an attempt to maintain the lifestyle that's expected of them. During COVID, when all the airlines stopped flying, I was ferrying pilots around because they had to go to their base in order to get some time on the simulator to keep their hours up. But they didn't get paid for flying because, well, they weren't flying. There was no airplanes in the air. And I would hear them telling me stories about how they had colleagues of theirs who, because of their job being an airline pilot, they felt that they had to have the lifestyle expected of them by the public. You know, they have a nice big house and a flash car on the drive and such like. And when the money stopped, the whole house of cards come down, and a lot of them were very, very scared. So you don't need to be rich in order to become wealthy. You can do it on minimum wage, as I did, providing you get your outgoings, your costs down to about 50% of net monthly income. And if you're doing it with a partner, then it's so much easier because you can share the bills between you, and also you have twice as much to invest. That's not how I did it, by the way. When I first pitched my wife on, here's what I'm going to do for the next 10 years, she was, let's say, more than skeptical. And I had to reassure her that it wouldn't affect her life one bit. She will continue to crack on with her life, spending as she wished. It's her money. She works full-time as an NHS nurse, and her life would not be affected at all. I would be doing the 60 to 80 hours. I would be saving all the money I could. I would be invested in property. And then once we get to retirement age, we can share that wealth together. My point is, just because someone's rich doesn't mean they're going to be wealthy. And just because you're earning minimum wage, it doesn't mean you can't be wealthy, because I did it. That was the point of doing these videos, so I can demonstrate that it is possible to become wealthy on minimum wage. And if I did it, I'm nobody special, I have no skills, no qualifications, then you can do it too. Don't be stupid and don't be normal, guys.